Revolution, best pay-per-view of the year so far. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. Out of all the rest of pay-per-views I've seen, this was the best one. And we're gonna go through it. So, without wasting any time, we started off the show with Ricky Starks versus Chris Jericho. I was shocked that I thought this match was gonna be somewhere in the middle. But it started the show. Not too much I could say about this match. It was good, but this wasn't a match I was like really dying to see. There was a great spot where Ricky Starks was going for a spear and Jericho caught him on a code breaker, which was awesome. But near the end, Sammy Guevara was starting to come out, and then he was attacked by Action Andretti, who made the save. While Aubrey was distracted by this, then Chris Jericho took Floyd and he nailed Ricky Starks in the stomach with it. Then he went for the Judas effect, but Ricky Starks caught him, nailed him with the Rochambeau, and Ricky Starks won the match. I think we all knew Ricky Starks was winning. This was a good match, but I would like to see this feud end now. Both these guys need to move on. Then we had the final burial, Jungle Boy versus Christian Cage. This was pretty much just a casket match, but it was pretty good. It wasn't too bad. The ending was Jungle Boy. He finally hit the concerto on Christian, put him in, and then I did like how they were like, he's like, yes, even though after everything Christian's done, Jungle Boy's still like, he wasn't too happy about doing what he had to do, you know? He closed the casket on him. The thing freaking just like shot down, like boom, like as soon as he threw the casket down. And Jungle Boy has beaten Christian Cage. I mean, personally, I would have had Christian win because Christian's my guy. But Jungle Boy winning, I get why, So we come after those two pretty good matches to match of the night contender here. The Elite defending the AEW Trios Championships against the House of Black. This was the match I was looking forward to the most on the show. And God, man, what a freaking match. I always look forward to the Elite matches. Any match that's got the Young Bucks or Kenny, those are always the matches I look forward to the most. Not only because those guys are like some of my favorite wrestlers right now, but because I know, damn, we're about to get a freaking classic here. And lo and behold, we did. This match is awesome. Started off with Kenny and Buddy Matthews going at it, and then Buddy tagged in Malachi. And it was that moment where you're like, oh, Kenny Omega and Malachi Black, I want that, man. I want to see this. So please, Tony Khan, if we can, I don't know if it's possible for you to find a way that we get Kenny Omega versus Malachi Black. That'd be pretty cool. This match is just off the walls, insane. We had a spot where Julia Hart, she was on the apron, trying to distract Kenny or anything. Kenny nailed her with a V-trigger, and instead of going like, oh my god, what have I done? He looked at her and just went, meh, whatever. Which, I'm like, yeah, nice change of pace. He's just like, yeah, whatever, man. The ending of the match was the Bucks were going for the Meltzer driver on Malachi Black. As Nick went for the flip, Buddy Matthews caught him in the air with a knee. Then he and Brody King hit Dante's Inferno, and they won. House of Black are your new Trios champions. And I am not mad. I am not mad one bit. I'm like, okay, does it suck the Elite are no longer champions? Yes. But, I mean, dang, man, this was so good, dude. Like, it was such a good freaking match. I'm like, I can't complain. And seeing House of Black get gold, I'm not gonna complain. This is good. I'm glad they finally won the belts. Now I think it's time for the Elite. They've had their time in the Trios division. Time to go back to what we do best. So Then we had Jamie Hayter defending the women's title against Saraya and Ruby Soho. Not much to really say about this match because the main stuff was after. Jamie Hayter won by rolling up Ruby Soho to get the win. Then after the match, Saraya, Toni Storm started attacking Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Ruby Soho, she set them away, and then she hit the no future kick on Jamie Hayter and joined in on the attack on Britt Baker. And predictably, Ruby Soho has joined Saraya and Toni Storm. I mean, again, I said that this was going to happen, and it has. So I wasn't shocked by it at all. Then we had Jon Moxley versus Hangman Page, Texas Death Match. Ooh, was this awesome. We had quite a lot of blood. Quite a lot of blood. Moxley was like stabbing Hangman with a fork. We brought in bricks, and Jon Moxley hit Hangman with a curb stomp on some bricks. We had a barbed wire chair in there. We had a chain. We had, I'm trying to remember just like all the big spots. Hangman wrapped himself in barbed wire and then hit a moonsault to the outside. Why? I don't know. But this match was bloody and just violent, and they kept up the tradition, man, where I'm like, every match they have is better than the last. This is the best match they've had. In the end, Hangman wrapped Jon Moxley's neck around in a chain, threw him over the ropes. So he was kind of hanging him, get it, with the chain, and Jon Moxley tapped out, which I was like, oh, he just straight up tapped. I thought he was going to, pass out. No, he just straight up tapped, and Hangman Page beats him. I'm happy about this. Now, Jon Moxley, take your vacation. Wardlow fought Samoa Joe next for the TNT title. This match was not long. They didn't get a lot of time to do much, which is a shame, but, I mean, coming off of a Texas Death Match like that, these guys are in a bad spot. Wardlow put Samoa Joe in a sleeper and made him pass out. I was like, whoa. Not what I expected at all. I expected Powerbomb Sympathy, but no. So Wardlow wins the TNT title, which, okay. And he faces Powerhouse Hobbs this coming Wednesday. Then we had the 4-way for the AEW Tag Team titles as the Guns defend against the Acclaimed, TMTNA, and Orange Cassidy Danhausen. I really did not care about this match one iota. The Guns retain. That's all I can tell you. After the match, they got like a little interview with Renee, and FTR came out. That's the big thing. FTR came out after, beat them up, and we're going to get FTR versus the Guns. Hopefully FTR get them belts. And then the main event, 60-minute Iron Man match for the AEW Championship, MJF versus Bryan Danielson. This match was awesome. The best compliment I can give these guys. This did not feel like an hour. This didn't fly by, but they kept you engaged enough for you to forget this was an hour, which is the best thing I could ask. So we got the first fall with Bryan Danielson nailing the Busaiku knee, the running knee, on MJF. MJF then low blowed him, so that gave Bryan 2 falls, and MJF very quickly pinned him for 2 falls to tie it to 2. Then MJF nailed Bryan Danielson with the Heat Seeker to get the 3rd fall. We had spots in the match where MJF, he hit an elbow drop through the Timekeeper's table. Then he hit a tombstone onto the Timekeeper's table. Eventually, he nailed Bryan Danielson with a jumping tombstone from the 2nd rope. Then eventually, Bryan Danielson got him in the yes lock. Well, not the yes lock, the lapel lock. MJF had to tap out. Then we went into sudden death overtime, which I hate. But in the end, MJF, he nailed Bryan Danielson with an oxygen tank, because when we initially ended, we had like doctors come in with a oxygen tank for MJF. Then it was announced like Tony Khan told Tony Schiavone over the headset, we're going to sudden death overtime. MJF nailed Danielson with the canister. Then he put him in the lapel lock, and Danielson tapped out. Again, nothing where I'm like, I thought he was just going to pass out, but no. Straight up, Danielson taps out. MJF retains 4-3 in the Iron Man match. Really loved it. This pay-per-view was great, top to bottom. The only match where I really didn't care was the tag match. Everything else I watched, and I'm like, yeah, this was pretty good. You know, especially when it comes to the trios title and the Texas Death Match. I think those are the two matches I was like, yeah, those are awesome. So where do we go from here for MJF? I'm thinking we have a little TV feud with Jungle Boy. You know, Double or Nothing. I say Hangman Page. All Out Wardlow, and then Full Gear. I don't know. I don't know for Full Gear. Whoever's available at that point, I guess. Maybe Orange Cassidy. If Orange Cassidy doesn't have the All Atlantic belt at the time, heading into Full Gear, or a little TV feud with Orange Cassidy for MJF, I think would be nice. But I think the end game for MJF is he drops this title to Adam Cole, baby. And that's it. That was AEW Revolution. I love the show. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. This show ruled, and I cannot wait for the next AEW pay-per-view. But now, my attention for wrestling turns to New Japan as we begin the New Japan Cup.